Hey everyone, and welcome to video number 2 on Ready, Steady, Freefrom. So today we're going to be making ice cream. We are going to be using an ice cream maker. Now you can make ice cream without an ice cream maker, but it's a lot more hard work. So if you are a big fan of ice cream, then it is worth investing in an ice cream maker. All right, so I am a bit of a kitchen gadget fiend, so I've got lots of kitchen gadgets, and I did buy my ice cream maker with some vouchers that I got for my wedding, so that was great. It's a fantastic present because I do love ice cream. Now today we're making Freefrom ice cream, so the ingredients are 1 can of coconut milk. Okay, now I use Biona because it's the purest one. It's got, you know, no additives and all that stuff in it, so that's the one that I use. I usually get it from Asda, but I'm sure it's available in other places. And you can use regular coconut milk in a can if you want to, if you don't have to have such a pure diet like I choose to follow. The other ingredients, so we've got 1 can of coconut milk. We have 1/4 cup of honey. Now this is a 60 ml cup of honey. We've got the same amount of nut butter. So I've got cashew nut butter here, and you could use any nut butter. This is just plain cashew butter, so there's no sugar in it or anything, so it's not sweet, so we do need the honey. If you are going to make it with peanut butter, which would be lush, peanut butter ice cream, who wouldn't want that, and you use regular peanut butter that's got lots of sugar in it, you maybe don't need the honey. But this is a free from cooking channel, so we're free from refined sugar, wheat, grains, carbohydrates, any gluten, dairy, so we're really shrinking it down and making it free from. Okay. And then we've got 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now, if you have a really good blender, then it's fine just to pop your coconut milk in. If your blender isn't that great, and you don't trust it so much, then I would advise warming up the coconut milk, because you will see this coconut milk has a solid lump on top, and then you see that liquid pouring out, because what happens is it separates in the tin. So the top half of it will be the coconut cream type thing, and then you've got coconut water at the bottom. It splits. Now when you mix it all together, if your blender isn't really good, then it will tend to be bitty, and we don't want that in ice cream. We want it nice and smooth and creamy. So we're going to pop that in there. You'd only need to heat it through on the stove until it all came together nice and smooth. You'll see, you know, whether it goes into lumps or not. So just trust your judgment. So we're going to put 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract into there. If you're not a big fan of vanilla, you don't have to put it in. It's not a necessary ingredient. Then we've got the 1/4 cup or 60 ml of honey. So that's going in there. Okay, and then we've got cashew butter, same amount, 1/4 cup. So we're going to plop that in there, and again you could heat that up if you wanted to make it a bit runnier so that it mixes easier if your blender isn't that great. So we're just going to pop that in there. And then the last thing that we've got is the salt to go in. Okay, so we're going to put 1/4 teaspoon of salt in here. Sorry if you can hear my dogs, they're just barking at a woman outside. So we are going to mix all of this up now and create the liquid that is going to be used to make our ice cream. So popping the lid on. And then we're going to zip it in here. Always pulse it a little bit to start off with, and then we'll let it mix. Okay. Ugh, spilled it. Okay, so we've got this all mixed up now, and you can tell in the mixture, just run it over my finger there, I can see whether there's any bits in it or not, because if there's bits in this, there's going to be bits in your ice cream. You don't want bits in your ice cream. give it a quick taste test. That's good. Okay, so we're going to switch the ice cream maker on and pour it straight in. Now, in the ice cream maker, it's going to take about 20 minutes. Okay, just pour that straight in. So here we are back, about 20 minutes later. We're looking at some serious ice cream here. It's looking really good. So it's still really soft, okay? So I'm just gonna kind of show you the kind of consistency we've got. So it's like just dropping off the spoon like that. So it's really quite sloppy ice cream. So we're just gonna let it continue churning just for a few more seconds. So while it does that, I'm just gonna explain that this is a tub that I bought specifically because I'm a big ice cream fan. So I bought specifically this tub. I got it online, and it's specifically for ice cream and gelato and sorbets, things like that. Can't exactly see what it's called. I think it's called Tavola or something like that. Anyway, ice cream container. I got it online. Now I put this in the freezer before I started this, so that it's nice and cold, so it gives every chance for the ice cream to stay nice and frozen and not get too warm. Now I need to tell you that I got this recipe off of Pinterest by Joy Food Sunshine. So if you want to look up this recipe and have more details on it, that's where it came from, Joy Food Sunshine. So they've got a website as well and got all sorts of things on there. So now I'm using this spatula to just scrape around the edges. Now there is a piece of equipment in there that kind of scrapes around for me, but I just get a bit impatient and want to kind of scrape it around the edges and get a cheeky taste as well. So it's got a bit thicker since I started talking a minute ago. Okay, so we're going to turn it off now. Now this particular ice cream maker is a Cuisinart. I think it was about £70–80. And you can see that it's already harder to get off of the spatula than it was before. So it's thicker. Now this is the thing that I was telling you about that kind of scrapes the sides and the bottom. So I'm just going to scrape this off and then we're going to pop it into the container. Now, as far as variations on this ice cream, like I said before, you could use any nut butter and that would change the flavour of it. You could add flavourings into it. So you could add coffee flavouring or rum flavouring or almond flavouring. You could make a nice bakewell. You could even pop some cherries in there. If you want to add anything in there, kind of like chunks wise, so if you were say adding chocolate chips or raisins or things like that, you would do so in about the last 5 minutes or even the last few minutes of it churning. And so that's really what you do, because you just want to mix them in. You don't want them to break down at all, you just want to mix them in. So, and you could just play with flavours. So long as you got the base right, then you're all good. And if you wanted to make this thicker and creamier, you could do just the coconut cream and skip the coconut water that's in the can. But you'd probably need a couple of cans in that case if you were just going to use coconut cream. And I suspect it would be a much thicker ice cream, but I like this as it is. So just taking this out of here and putting it into my very cold container. So here I've got a plastic ice cream scoop. I've got some ice cream kind of stuck around the edges. I'm not going to leave that in there, that's my ice cream. So I'm going to get that out and pop it in there. So good. Okay, so just going to mix that around, and that's it. That's the ice cream done. So we've got the consistency in there. It's a bit like cookie dough. It's a bit sticky and gloopy. So that's it. That's the ice cream made. So we're going to pop it in the freezer, and you could eat that whenever you wanted to. For it to be scoopable, I would leave it a couple of hours. So if you were going to make this in without an ice cream maker, you're just going to make it in a tub, so you could use an old ice cream tub, as long as it's not a cardboard one, a plastic one, that's sturdy enough to be able to be in the freezer. Then you would make the mix and you would pour it into the container, and every 15 minutes, half an hour, you would go to it and give it a good stir around to kind of distribute the ice particles. It won't be as smooth as this, but it will still be ice. So I hope you have lots of fun making the ice cream. There'll be more ice cream flavours to come in the future and variations, and so we'll have lots of fun with it, especially in the summer when ice cream is more of a thing than in the winter. But hey, it's winter, gotta love ice cream. Okay, see you next time back in the kitchen. Bye.